Hi, Ron Cedillo again with Homebuyers Realty. And basically the question that I get asked the most is, what's the difference between a foreclosure and a short sale? And the two are completely different. And the reason why we wanted to answer this question is because it's the question we get asked the most in the Central Valley where we live. We are in the top 5 counties in the country with foreclosures. Not happy about it. It's affected everybody I know, family, friends, co-workers, and we all have to get through this together. And the reason why we want to answer this question is because we want to lead you down the right path, not down a path that you just don't know and can have lasting impacts up to 10 years from now. So the question we have the most is, what's the difference between a foreclosure and a short sale? And a foreclosure is really a little bit different because it's going to have an impact in your life for up to 10 years. And if you think 10 years ago where you were at and where you're at today, foreclosure is probably not where you want to be. You probably grew in 10 years. And the mistakes you made 10 years ago, you don't want to impact you today. Where a short sale is only going to have an impact for 2 to 3 years in your life. And that's a major difference right now on how you're going to handle your future and the opportunities that are going to come available to you. So the most important difference that we see between a foreclosure is it's going to be a public record and it's going to be on your credit report for 10 years. And it's going to knock 300 points right off your credit report. And that's really devastating. A short sale, on the other hand, basically is going to knock your points down about 50 points, your credit report down 50 points, and it's going to have about a 2 to 3 year period where it's going to impact your credit report. Now, foreclosure shows foreclosure, boom, it's right there on your credit report. A short sale on your credit report shows settled or paid in a less agreed upon amount, and that's okay. It's going to show as a paid credit line, and that's much better for your credit report than just a straight foreclosure. The other reason why it's real critical is jobs for your current employment and future employment. So think about current employment. Right now, a lot of companies are doing a lot of layoffs and they're making tough decisions. And they're running credit reports on a regular basis. It's part of their contracts now when they hire people. And if they start seeing that you have a foreclosure on your credit report, it's an easy way to let them give a judgment on, okay, we have Bob and Sally here. Bob has a foreclosure, Sally doesn't. And they're about equal in every other way. Let's let Bob go because he has now this foreclosure. You don't want to be in that position. Where if you had a short sale, it just shows as agreed upon paid amount. And it's a lot easier to not have that negative impact on your credit report. The other reason why you want to do it is future employment. If you get any type of job that has security clearance, think about your government jobs. We have a lab that's nearby. We have a lot of different things. You think about airports, all those places that require security, banks, they're running credit reports. And when they do credit report checks and they see a foreclosure, that could deny you security clearance. And you don't want future employment to be affected by this because this is kind of the trend a lot of companies are going to. They want to make sure that when they hire people that they're not going to be tempted by money issues, because that's where a lot of the problems have come from by selling documents or giving away documents to other competing companies, is because there was always this money crunch that they had to raise money in a way. So a lot of companies are now doing security clearances on people, and you don't want future employment to be affected for the next 10 years because you had a foreclosure. Those are some of the major differences between a foreclosure and a short sale. Now, the third question we ask is this deficiency judgment that's out there. And what is a deficiency judgment? Well, a deficiency judgment basically is on non-recourse loans. Now, what's a recourse and what's a non-recourse loan? Non-recourse loan basically is a loan when you buy a property. It's a non-recourse loan. You use purchase money. That means you bought a home for $300,000. You had a loan amount for $280,000. You never refinance. If you got foreclosed on that, they can't come back to get you for the difference between the loan amount and the new auction sales price that they sold it at. A recourse loan is you purchased a home for $300,000, you had a $280,000 loan, and rates went down, so you decided to get a new loan, and you went from a 7% to a 6%, and now that's considered a recourse loan. They could come after you for the difference between those two. Now, in a foreclosure, they're probably going to come after you because it's in their best interest to do that. In a short sale, we get them an agree in writing to say they'll never come after you for the difference. And that means when you're finished with that short sale, it's done, it's finished, and you walk away and you don't have any skeletons coming back 3, 4, or 5 years down the line to come back and affect you when times are good and you do have money in your pocket. And that's the difference between basically a foreclosure and short sale. A foreclosure, you're basically telling the lender, I want you to come out and use every legal means possible to get me out of this home. And they're going to say, if you're going to make us do that, we're going to make you pay for that. A short sale says, hey, we have a problem, but I'm going to help you through this problem. I'm going to help sell this home, and we're going to get your help in approving this. And we're not going to have those extra added expenses that are going to affect you, on the bank end. And let's get through this process, and then we can all kind of walk away and be done. And we all understand that we had a problem, but we came with you, and we wanted to make this thing right. And because of that, they're going, okay, we're not going to affect you in the future. The most critical reason behind all this, though, is the government's intervention in this. Government wants to stop foreclosures. And they've also given banks a lot of incentives to do this. So there's a lot of programs right now to really help banks go through the process. And that's what all the government bailout money was about, is to make sure that the banks were going to follow the rules to make it easier for homeowners to not lose their homes. So when you're thinking about, do I want to just go through the foreclosure or I want to go through a short sale, just remember 10 years of your life could be impacted because you decided not to handle this problem. Or you can handle this problem in 2 to 3 years, get back on your feet, and 3 years from now, you can own a home again. So the difference between foreclosure and short sale is tremendous. They're probably wondering, okay, now I have all this information, foreclosure, short sale, I think I want to go short sale because it has a lot more less negative impact on my life, and you're absolutely right. And the best way to start this process is to give us a call, Ron Cedillo, at 209-834-2682. Once again, Ron Cedillo, 209-834-2682, or you can visit us at www.homebuyersrealty.com.